and every condition should be the condition should be very properly understood. Land, fine, and then we have ocean water. ये है continental shelf वाला region, so we have an ocean water. Initially, anywhere low pressure center can develop. It can develop here, it can develop here. So hundreds of such low pressure centers develop in the Bay of Bengal and the Arabian Sea. But we'll take, for example, a low pressure center has developed here. As the low pressure center has developed here, it will attract the winds from the surrounding regions towards the low pressure center. Now, is this very hot? Yes. Low pressure center means this part of Bay of Bengal or the Arabian Sea or any ocean will become warmer, and it is over the ocean, so evaporation भी बहुत ज़्यादा है, and because the evaporation is greater, it will release large amount of heat which will be captured by the surrounding air. Right? Now, as it comes to the low pressure center, this air will be forced to rise up. When the air is forced to rise up, condensation will start occurring here. As the condensation will start occurring here, जो अंदर की heat in the air, it will be given to the surrounding region. Is that heat powerful? Yes, because it is moist heat. What is that heat known as? Latent heat of vaporization or latent heat of condensation. So when the latent heat is added to the surrounding atmosphere, low pressure center intensifies. As the low pressure center intensifies, winds from the far away region will be attracted towards the low pressure center. Or up, if the winds from the far away region will get attracted towards the low pressure center at the speed of 60 kilometers per hour, National Disaster Management Authority will start tracking it, because ये कभी भी cyclone बन सकता है and then it can go in any direction. Means you should know the National Disaster Management Authority is continuously tracking the ocean region in this climate कि कब cyclones बन रहे हैं, कब नहीं बन रहे. So in this region, the winds from the surrounding region will be pulled here. And this low pressure center is so intense that winds before reaching the center will start vertically rising upwards. When they start vertically rising upwards, self-feeding mechanism है. Again, the low pressure center is getting intensified. जितना ज़्यादा wind को pull करेगा, उतना greater the low pressure center is going to get intensified. Why? Because moist heat is being released in the atmosphere, and ultimately, this winds will come with such a great speed. It is known as cyclone or super cyclone, and all the winds will go upwards before reaching this low pressure center, because it has intensified. Area has increased. When the winds go upwards, it is rotating with such a great speed that the winds will be thrown in different directions. This you already know कि ऊपर जाके winds will bifurcate and the winds will be thrown in different directions. Due to this, a huge wall of cumulonimbus cloud is formed. It will result into the formation of condensation हो रहा है, जहाँ condensation होगा, there will be formation of a huge wall of an cumulonimbus cloud. There will be formation of a huge wall. On the other side, there will be formation of huge wall of an cumulonimbus cloud. After that, there will be numerous such another walls of the cumulonimbus clouds. क्योंकि winds तो आ रही है over the period of time, and as a result of this, such numerous cumulonimbus clouds will be formed. आपने देखा layers में air घूम रही है, and then this system, when it matures, this system is what is known as a tropical cyclone. So the tropical cyclone has two important features. One important feature is a huge wall which will go right up to tropopause of a cumulonimbus cloud, and this is known as a wall. Inner wall, outer wall, ऐसे 100 walls of the cumulonimbus cloud होगा. हमें सिर्फ एक wall अगर GS में बनाए तो भी it's enough. So this is another wall of a cumulonimbus cloud. While the center part, आपने hole देखा होगा in that animation, that center part which is very very small is known as an eye of a tropical cyclone, and the surrounding huge wall of a cumulonimbus cloud is known as an eye wall or wall of a tropical cyclone. So ऊपर जाके, because the winds are diverging on the other sides, we call कि the tropical cyclone has ground low pressure, while up में there is an high pressure center. High pressure मतलब divergence. Ground में there is an low pressure center. So air ऊपर जाएगी and it will be thrown upwards. जितना air ऊपर thrown होगी, उतना it will act like an exhaust fan कि नीचे की और उतनी air it will pull upwards, and as a result of this it will be a mechanism. जैसे ही wall of the cumulonimbus cloud बनेगा, this entire part will start giving very very heavy rainfall. What we will call this as a cloud burst. So there will be very heavy rainfall along the wall of a cumulonimbus clouds. Plus there will be winds 120, 300, 350 kilometers per hour. But tropical cyclone की एक सबसे important characteristics है that each and every part of a tropical cyclone will give rainfall except for a small center, rainless, cloudless center, which is known as an eye wall. Eye of a tropical cyclone, arc. So what is the characteristics of an eye? It has low pressure, and in spite of low pressure, it does not have any clouds up, and it is a rainless, cloudless center. And the second important thing about the tropical cyclone is due to this ground low pressure center, यहाँ पे pressure इतना कम है कि the sea will rise upwards, and there will be very high amount of sea waves which are generated. Pressure कम हो गया, so water का level बढ़ गया, and after their origin, as the tropical cyclones will travel towards the land, the waves will also travel towards the land, and this very strong waves which rise in the sea are known as storm surge. जिस जिससे you have just seen coastal flooding होता है and the